Hey folks, Doug Blake with Body Design University. In this video, I want to talk to you about branched chain amino acids, or specifically, should you or should you not use them? Should you or should you not recommend them to your clients? So first off, what are the branched chain amino acids? Now, hopefully you know what an amino acid is. Amino acids are the, excuse me, building blocks of all the proteins in your body. The human body generally uses 20, depends on who you talk to, but you could say 21. But it's generally 20 amino acids. Out of those 20 amino acids, roughly 20 amino acids that your body uses to create and produce all the proteins in your body, 9 of those amino acids your body cannot produce inside the body. The other 11 you could produce. If you don't have enough of the 11 amino acids necessary to build proteins in your body can actually synthesize them from other materials inside your body, right? So there's 11 what we call non-essential. That's where the term non-essential, meaning it's not essential that you get it from the food you eat, right? Those 11 amino acids can be built, created, synthesized, we could say synthesized inside the body, whether it's inside the liver, inside the muscles themselves, whatever, right? But 9 of those amino acids are what are termed essential amino acids. And we mean essential in that you get them from the food you eat, from your diet. In other words, your body cannot produce certain amino acids, even if you're deficient in those. And there's 9 of them. It just so happens that branched chain amino acids, and there's 3 branched chain amino acids, and there's a reason why they're called branched chain. But those 9 essential, the 3 branched chain amino acids are part of that 9. Okay, so the branched chain amino acids are essential. You must consume the quote branched chain amino acids in your diet. Now, what are the branched chain amino acids? There's 3 of them. There is leucine, 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 isoleucine, leucine, and an amino acid known as valine, valine. So valine, leucine, isoleucine. Those 3 guys come together as a group, okay? When you consume proteins in your diet that contain all of those amino acids, including those branched chain amino acids, they come connected, and the bonding that holds them together, like any other grouping of amino acids, needs to be broken down. Now, normally, the amino acids that come in as proteins are broken down, and those bonds between the amino acids are broken down by enzymes in the liver. It just so happens that the valine, leucine, isoleucine bonds that hold those 3 guys together, the liver doesn't have the enzyme necessary to break those apart. And so when you eat foods that contain the branched chain amino acids, when you eat it, goes into your digestive system, goes through what's known as the hepatic portal from your small intestines, which means it goes directly to the liver. Those 3 guys, instead of being broken down into 3 unique amino acids and going into the blood system, actually get pushed into the blood system as the 3 amino acids. Oh, no, don't worry about it. They get broken down, but generally it occurs in the muscles themselves. Whereas other amino acids that are all grouped together as proteins, your liver contains the necessary enzymes to break those down, and then they flood the circulatory system as individual amino acids, or in some cases, what we call polypeptides, right? So groupings of amino acids. And it just so happens that the branched chain amino acids are flushed into the circulatory system without being broken down in the liver. Why is that important? Because generally what happens is that the total amount of a certain amino acid of those 3, the leucine amino acid, that total amount of leucine that gets into your blood system ultimately is going to determine, to a lesser or greater extent, how much anabolic activity occurs in muscle tissue, way beyond the scope of this video to get into the biochemistry of this. But suffice it to say, one of the reasons why we like branched chain amino acids is not because of the 3 of those guys, right? The valine and the isoleucine. You know what we really want from the branched chain amino acid? That's right. We want leucine. Leucine is a pretty cool, unique amino acid. And this is why when we talk about whether or not it makes sense to consume branched chain amino acids on their own as an additional supplement to your diet, your client's nutrition, you have to ask one of the most fundamental questions we always ask about nutrition or supplementation, which is, what are you hoping to get from this supplement? In other words, why are you taking branched chain amino acids, or why do you want to? Well, I saw it on Google. It says branched chain amino acids make you bigger and stronger if you take them before you work out and take them recovery, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not how it works. Okay. You got to remember that when it comes to individual amino acids and concentrations of amino acids and proteins in your diet, that the actual physiological metabolic state that your body is in, from the endocrine system to whether you're in recovery or whether you are fully recovered, those are much more important indicators of how those particular amino acids that you consume, like branched chain amino acids, are going to be used. And remember, it's not the valine and it's not the isoleucine, as important as they are, because they're really important amino acids. It's the leucine amino acid that is the, he's the king of the day when it comes to, quote, anabolic triggering. Now, we know that is the case, and there's a lot more that needs to be researched and understood about exactly how it does it, under what conditions is it maximized for anabolic activity. Don't want to get into that. But the question then is, should you take branched chain amino? Now that you know a little bit about them, should you take them? Wow, branched chain amino acids give me leucine. Well, my question then is, why don't you just take a straight leucine supplement? And by the way, this is exactly what you would do, just as a, for instance, if you were an athlete and you were really trying to maximize leucine concentrations in your body when it comes to anabolic activity. And I'm not talking just about bodybuilders. I'm talking about endurance athletes, because in some sense, endurance athletes are the ones that really, really struggle, obviously, with muscle anabolism, right? And if they're interested, which they generally not, in muscular hypertrophy. But the anabolic activity for an endurance athlete is very, very challenging because of the muscle wasting aspect of extreme endurance type sports. And so the point is that why take branched chain amino acids when, if you really want what branched chain amino acids contain, just go right to the source, get the leucine. Now, again, the problem is I'm not going to recommend leucine to a client. Why would I do that? I'm going to wait more research. I'll talk to people that have done it. I will look at high-level athletes to see if they're using it and if it's of benefit. And then I'm going to be very, very careful to even consider recommending leucine to the average client. Remember, as with all supplements that are being used by the average person, average client, the first question that you always have to ask is, are you even eating well? If you're not eating well, if you're not consuming the necessary macronutrients, satisfying caloric need, getting all the vitamins and minerals that are just necessary for normal metabolic operations, then why are you taking additional supplementation? You haven't even maximized the normal physiological activity of your body. So the answer to the question of should you take them or should you recommend them to clients is, me, no. By the way, if you're using a whey protein supplement, guess which, well, I gave you the answer, but guess which protein source has the highest percentage by weight of branched chain amino acids? It's whey protein. So if you're consuming whey protein, now think about this. If you're consuming whey protein as a regular part of your diet and meal plan, you're getting a significant level of branched chain amino acids. And what did we say about BCAAs? They contain leucine. So significant, or, at least one whey protein shake per day, 25, 30 grams of whey protein per day, lots of branched chain amino acids, which means you're getting a satisfactory amount of leucine, right, from maybe the average person. My own personal feeling is we don't consume enough protein, quality proteins in the diet. At least that's been my experience. And there is some research that has come out recently, particularly for geriatric elderly individuals, about leucine triggering for maintenance of anabolic activity in muscle wasting, and also leucine being used in muscle wasting diseases. A ton of research. Yes, there's a lot being done on it. It's very interesting. Not definitive, but at the end of the day, if you're going to use a supplement like branched chain amino acids, then today, no, I'd go straight with the triggering mechanism amino acid called leucine. Okay. But again, if your clients are already using whey protein, the recommendation is use the whey protein, use it as a meal, generally a meal replacement with other foods in the shake itself. That's going to provide significant or at least adequate levels of branched chain amino acids, which should provide perhaps adequate levels of leucine. Always remember, get your blood work done, get the physiological biometric tests done to see if there's any issues or problems. And then for sure, before you just start recommending branched chain amino acids or start using them, go get yourself checked out by a physician. That is definitely my recommendation. So should you use them? I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like, how expensive are they? Do you have the money? And why are you using branched chain amino acids where you should be eating a steak? Okay. So, or a plant-based hamburger. I don't know. All I know is I'd rather eat my branched chain amino acids, drink it in a shake, than be taking supplements. But that's on you as the trainer. I hope this was helpful. If you got any comments, leave them below. Remember, if you want to become a certified, qualified personal trainer, click on the link below in the description box. If you understood this video, if you understood what I explained to you, do you get it? Maybe you don't agree with it. That's okay. Write it in the comment section below to let us know that at least you watched it and you got through the whole thing. If you have any questions, we are more than happy to answer it at Body Design University. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.